The Book of Exodus, Chapter 1. Now these are the names of the children of Israel, which came into Egypt. Every man in his household came with Jacob: Reuben, Simeon, Levi, and Judah, Issachar, Zebulun, and Benjamin, Dan and Naphtali, Gad and Asher. And all the souls that came out of the loins of Jacob were 70 souls, for Joseph was in Egypt already. And Joseph died, and all his brethren, and all that generation. And the children of Israel were fruitful, and increased abundantly, and multiplied, and waxed exceeding mighty, and the land was filled with them. Now there arose up a new king over Egypt, which knew not Joseph. And he said unto his people, Behold, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we. Come on, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply. And it come to pass, that when there falleth out any war, they join also unto our enemies, and fight against us, and so get them up out of the land. Therefore they did set over them taskmasters, to afflict them with their burdens, and they built for Pharaoh treasure cities, Pithom and Ramses. But the more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied and grew, and they were grieved because of the children of Israel. And the Egyptians made the children of Israel to serve with rigor, and they made their lives bitter with hard bondage in mortar and in brick and in all manner of service in the field. All their service wherein they made them serve was with rigor. And the king of Egypt spake to the Hebrew midwives, of which the name of the one was Shiphrah, and the name of the other Puah. And he said, When ye do the office of a midwife to the Hebrew women, and see them upon the stools, if it be a son, then ye shall kill him, but if it be a daughter, then she shall live. But the midwives feared God, and did not as the king of Egypt commanded them, but saved the men-children alive. And the king of Egypt called for the midwives, and said unto them, Why have ye done this thing, and have saved the men-children alive? And the midwives said unto Pharaoh, Because the Hebrew women are not as the Egyptian women, for they are lively, and are delivered ere the midwives come in unto them. Therefore God dealt well with the midwives, and the people multiplied, and waxed very mighty. And it came to pass, because the midwives feared God, that he made them houses. And Pharaoh charged all his people, saying, Every son that is born ye shall cast into the river, and every daughter ye shall save alive.
Exodus chapter 1. The first 7 verses talks about Joseph and his 11 brothers, who are the sons of Jacob. Jacob, sometime in Genesis, was called, renamed Israel, and you see the nation of Israel came through these 12 sons. Also, you would hear about the 12 tribes, of Israel. Okay? Verse 8. We now see a new Pharaoh taking over, okay? So basically, going back to 6 and 7, you see right there Joseph and his brothers, Jacob, all of them have passed. The descendants are there, probably like 70 of them, out of the 12 brothers. So basically, they're multiplying, the population is increasing, they're very strong, very prosperous, and basically Egypt was filled with them. So this new Pharaoh comes to power. So basically, he's like getting scared, like, oh man, these children of Israel, that's a great number right there. Okay? So he started getting a little, what you would say, paranoid about, if they keep multiplying, what's to prevent them basically from siding with our enemies, and basically they're going to basically take us over and wipe us out. So he was very scared of the strength of the Israelites. In some versions you may see Hebrews as well. Okay? So moving on. So basically he said, you know what? We're going to make them slaves. We're going to make sure they do not basically try to rebel against us. So they're going to be our slaves, building cities. Right here, Pithom and Ramses. Also, we see right there, the more punishment, the more hard labor that they did to the Israelite slaves, the population grew. They're like, really? I mean, we're enslaved them, and all suddenly they're still growing in population? I mean, so basically, they're doing this. This is hard labor, mortar and brick, basically, probably working the fields, building cities, temples, etc. And it was very strenuous work. So Pharaoh decided, you know what? I'm going to talk to these two midwives, Shiphrah and Puah. And excuse me if I mispronounce them. So basically, he's saying with them, as you deliver these Hebrew or Israelite women their children, here's what I want you to do. And this was a direct order from him. Basically, if it's a daughter, let him live. But if it's a son, I want him dead. Kill him. So basically, the midwives basically feared God more than Pharaoh. So basically, they didn't follow the orders. So Pharaoh's over here, like, the population's keeping increasing. Did you not keep my orders? And they basically lied. And I saw this out of a, online. I think it was Bible Hub. And I can post a link sometime in this commentary. But anyway, it talks about they lied. Like, the Hebrew women are not coming to us. How can we kill male children if they don't come to us to help them with the birth? So therefore, with that, because they obeyed God, basically with that, they had their own families and their own children and were prosperous as far as that. Now, Pharaoh decided, you know what? This is not over with. So now he's made an order to all the Egyptians, basically, that any son that is a Hebrew or Israelite is to be cast into the river. So at the time you have the Nile River. So you see a Hebrew or Israelite infant child, boy, they're going to throw them in the river. If it's a daughter, spare their life. And that would supposedly curb the population in his eyes. But we're going to find out in chapter 2, God always has a plan. Have a blessed day.